So here's everything we know about Assassin's Creed Infinity. Now, just yesterday we got some new information for Assassin's Creed Infinity from Ubisoft themselves, and there are a ton of information that we have already covered on the previous videos, but there's also a few other things that Ubisoft has currently shared, and this information is of course being sourced by thewestnews.com, so just go ahead and check them out. I'll leave the source link down below in the description. Now, starting off with everything, the next Assassin's Creed game is of course going to be Assassin's Creed Infinity, and like Ubisoft has already confirmed, it is going to be a live service game. And now we have a new information which basically sources stating that Ubisoft has reinvented the gameplay source and have slightly changed the latest RPG mechanics that they've used in Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. So Infinity is going to be a slightly different approach compared to what we have seen with the previous AC titles, at least in terms of gameplay and RPG mechanics and all those systems and stuff. Now, we don't have an exact information on what kind of a gameplay aspect are Ubisoft trying to take this game into, but as far as what we know, the RPG system is of course going to get revamped. It's not going to remain the same, which is a good thing in my opinion, of course, if they end up making it a better game. Now, the second most important thing that you guys should know is Ubisoft has confirmed that Assassin's Creed Infinity will not be a free-to-play game, because on the previous leaks and judgments that we have made on the previous videos, it seemed like Infinity was going to be a free-to-play title where you're going to have a bunch of other DLC content that are going to be paid, but it seems like that's not going to be the case here. Infinity, the game itself, is of course going to be a paid content which will then contain multiple different seasons, and each season is going to introduce a whole new protagonist and new setting, and there's also going to be a bunch of add-on DLCs which is going to be a free add-on as well as paid content that they are currently releasing with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. There is a bunch of festivals. There's also a pretty good free quest and side missions which are actually interesting, and is also free to play for all the players who own the vanilla version of the game. So those things will of course be returning to Infinity, but then Ubisoft will also be releasing this huge DLC expansions which are now going to be named as different seasons. But then all of these different seasons are based on one particular game which is going to stay here forever, named as Assassin's Creed Infinity. So every year or every 6 months once, then we are most probably going to be getting a new season, and every season is of course, I hope, is going to be different from the previous ones, and I hope that Ubisoft adds in some new variations, because they need to change the game mechanics, the system of the gameplay, and everything like that if they want to move into a new season, because it's of course going to get repetitive and fans are not going to like it. So they always have to be consistent in order to give us something new, and also give some variations in gameplays and the exploration parts as well. Now, it is of course safe to say that Ubisoft is not a company that is actually scared in order to reinvent the revenue source that they currently have, and that's one of the biggest leap of faith that Ubisoft is taking with Assassin's Creed Infinity, by just going on with different seasons like other games that we have seen, like Fortnite, Call of Duty Warzone. So these games have different seasons, but unlike these games which are free to play and they only charge for battle pass and other stuff like that on different seasons, Ubisoft is of course making a single player game, which means that they're going to be charging for each and every content that they're going to be releasing here. Now, apart from this, lads, we've also learned that Best News has now confirmed that Assassin's Creed Infinity is only going to be available on the next-gen consoles as well as on the PC versions. It's not going to be available on the current gen, which means the PS4 and Xbox One S. It is only going to be available on the Series X and the PS5 and the PC versions. So if you guys are sticking around with the old-gen consoles at this moment, I think it is finally time that you make the switch, and make sure that you guys are staying updated with all the latest stock information on the next-gen consoles, because the PS5 and Xbox Series X, it is still a very hard console to get your hands on. Even after an entire year of these consoles being released, you still cannot get them in the market. So that's how demanding these consoles are. So make sure that you guys keep your eyes keen open in order to not miss out when Assassin's Creed Infinity comes out and then you don't have a next-gen console. So that would be a very huge bummer, of course. And now, lads, speaking of the release date for Assassin's Creed Infinity, now I think you guys are absolutely gonna love love what I'm gonna say here. Now, according to some source that the West News has, it seems like the game is gonna be coming out nearer to November of 2022, which means that the game could be releasing this year. Now, this is not, of course, official information. Ubisoft has not confirmed this release date, but as far as what we know, that is the prediction that West News is making according to some of the sources that they have received these informations from. So if that is true, then I think Ubisoft is going to give us a lot more content for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Maybe this one is going to be the final big huge update that they're going to be doing, which is the Dawn of Ragnarok, which will be released in another month. And apart from that, I think Ubisoft is going to be focusing more towards Assassin's Creed Infinity. And if this release date is of course true, November 2022, then I think we are in for a treat. And if you guys don't already own the next-gen consoles, the next-gen platforms, then make sure to go ahead and grab one of those things so you don't miss out on Assassin's Creed Infinity. And of course, Ubisoft just keeps dumping a ton of information, and we also have another Ubisoft's earnings call coming up in the future, which means that we're going to be getting a ton more information about Assassin's Creed Infinity and the upcoming future for Ubisoft's games as well. So all of those informations will be first available right here on my channel, because I cover all the latest information that you need about Assassin's Creed, as well as all the upcoming open world games, because that is what I cover on this channel. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to this channel and turn your notifications on. And the most important step of all, make sure that you guys are setting your notification settings to all, because if you don't do that, then the broadcast YouTube platform, they just don't send you guys the notifications of my daily videos. Even though I upload videos every single day, you guys don't get the notifications, which is a huge bummer. So make sure you guys are setting the notifications to all. And like you guys already know, I love to keep all of my videos as short as possible without really having to drag my videos all the way to 10 minutes long for those juicy ad revenues like other YouTubers do. Because I love to keep all of my videos short, onto the point, that doesn't really waste a lot of your time. So if that is something you guys would like to watch, then please just show your support to these short content by simply just dropping a big fat like rating on this video. That would really mean a lot to me as a content creator, and to you guys as an audience. That is all you can give to us creators. It does motivate us in making more content for you guys every single day. So just take a few seconds of your time and show your support. I would really appreciate that a lot. But that being said, lads, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.